Good morning, everyone. As always, we'll give people a few seconds here to hop on. I'm just making my morning coffee. I'm out of my chocolate almond milk that I usually use for my regular keto coffee and chocolate greens. So today I'm actually making one of the salted caramel pods coffee, and it's made for for those single brewer type machines, which I don't have one. So I'm improvising. Just cut the top off, pour that into my shaker bottle, and I mix. You can mix with hot or cold water. I choose to use almond milk just because I think it has a really good flavor, and it makes it a little more keto friendly. Helps me with my weight loss. So it's all in there. Shake it up really good. Important mug. If I wasn't trying to hit it, that empty pod would have gone right in the trash. No, it's got to bounce out. I'll wash those up in a minute. So last night, for those of you hopping in, we may give it a few more seconds. I'll just kind of recap a little bit. We had our rummage sale this weekend, and we did okay. It was just slow traffic, but if you think about the fact that we did not put up any advertising other than Facebook Messenger groups and things like that, it really didn't go that badly. There were other sales going on in the neighborhood, so that helped bring people in. But we did okay. I mean, we got rid of a lot of stuff that we were tired of storing. I did get bit by some mosquitoes out on the porch yesterday, so there's that. Let's see. Then we took the clothing that did not sell, and we took that over to Queer Chocolatier in Muncie. Donated that to, there's a East Central Indiana Transgender Alliance is doing a transgender clothing giveaway in September, middle of September. So we donated the clothing that didn't sell to that. Basically, it helps provide clothing for free of charge for those who are transitioning or even just for more. I can't think of the words. More aligned with who they are. Defining of who they are as a person. So it's nice to be able to help out people who can do that instead of putting money in someone else's pocket. And I started to make a post last night about my story. Obviously, since I've added a lot of new friends here lately, I wanted to make a post about my story as to how I got involved with It Works, because everyone has a story to tell. Now, it's kind of like what defines them. And if you've been following me for any length of time, you know that I talk an awful lot about It Works about the keto coffee, the best fat fuel, the chocolate greens, the energy, the hair, skin, and nails, the collagen. The list just goes on and on and on. And I feel like, not that I owe anyone an explanation, because quite frankly, it's my life. But I want people to understand who I am as a person. And to do that, you need to understand how I got into this business. There are other revelations along the way. But, so I have always had issues with my weight. And going back, even in my high school days, even though I didn't weigh a lot back then, I've always carried this gut. Like they say, the Christmas time, Santa's shakes like a bowl full of jelly. Yeah. So I've always had that. And going to the gyms just did not work for me. It did not help. I don't care what you say. Oh, you need a good workout regimen. Nothing replaces diet and exercise. Well, while those are certainly good ideas, I can personally say that does not work for everyone. I know this because it didn't work for me. And we all know that person who can sit and eat 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 and not gain a pound. Or people who just looks wrong at a cracker and cheese and they gain 45 pounds. So, yeah, I think I'm somewhere in the middle there. I started keto dieting. I actually heard about this one day from on Twitter. Larry the Cable Guy made a post. And he was talking about this diet. And I'm like, wait, what? I don't know what made me take notice of what he was saying. But it did. It caught my attention. So I started to follow. Started to research it a little bit. Got some information. And in March of 2018, I started following a lazy version of keto dieting. And it worked really well in the beginning. In the first 3 months, I lost 30 pounds. Awesome. Great. Wonderful. Then I plateaued. And I fluctuated. I'd be down a week, and then I'd be back up a week. I'd be down the next week and back up the week. Or it just rode steady. So, I kept up what I was doing because I absolutely did not want to gain back what I had lost. But I knew I wasn't done. I wasn't quite at my goal. I was probably around 219, 220 when I started. I got down into the 180s, 190s. Yeah, 190s when I realized that I was plateauing. And so I just kind of lived out my life a little bit, and then just sort of rode things out. In September, the clothing drive that I told you about, I had went to attend. And, well, I had actually, before that, I had gone to, I take that back, I'm getting my dates mixed up. In September, I made a trip to Sephora at the Muncie Mall to inquire about a skincare regimen. I had been having some issues with blotchy and dry skin on my face. And Tammy and I had talked about it, and so we decided that I would go check out a skincare regimen. Well, so I go to Sephora, and I had been recommended, well, someone had recommended one of their employees to me. And I went in. I was actually kind of nervous going in because I had been thinking about inquiring about some other things as well. So, but I'm pacing around outside the store in the mall, and a voice, basically the voice in my head, is saying, trust. Well, all right. I just took a deep breath, put my head down, walked right in. I went up to the front counter. I looked around. I didn't see anybody at first, but there were 3 people at the counter. And so I walked in, and I told them what I was looking for. And 2 of them stepped aside and said, "Oh, well, you want Heather. She's your girl." And Heather turns around and she looks at me and she says, "Hi, how can I help you?" And so told her that I was looking for skincare. And she pointed me in the direction. She took me over to that section and showed me what they had. And gave me the pricing information. And I was a little nervous because, like I said, we know what kind of store Sephora is. And I knew that they offered other areas of education, makeovers, that sort of thing. And so I was curious. And I thought I got some information on that as well. And I made plans to come back the following week to purchase the skincare. Some cleanser and moisturizer and that sort of thing to get rid of the dry skin and all that. And the splotchiness. So, I mean, I sat on all that information for about a week. And when I came back the following week and made my purchase, she was working again. And I asked her about the sessions again. And she said she's got me scheduled for one. Apparently, the purchase that I made qualified me for one for free. I thought, you know what? I may never, ever do this again. But let's try it. Let's do it. And so I did. And anyway, now long story short, let's shorten this part. Let's fast forward through this because I returned for a makeover session. And afterwards, I mean, she did an outstanding job. You know, if anyone can make this mug look beautiful, she did. So we became friends, and she she added me on Facebook, and October, November, she made a post about keto coffee and chocolate greens, and she made a showing some before and after pictures of herself from using it after 1 month. And I'm like, hey, I know keto dieting. So we talked about that. And she doesn't necessarily follow the keto diet per se. But she did use the coffee and that. And so she was explaining to me about that. And I had to ask her, I said, what is a chocolate green? Because I had no clue. And I'll tell you, basically, a chocolate green is this little packet here. And it is, you know, I'm not reading the small print for all the ingredients because they're here, but these old eyes aren't going to be able to make it out. But it's basically a very good for you, very healthy chocolate flavor, 52 superfoods, combination of superfoods, vitamins, minerals, very healthy for you, very good for you, and when you mix it with the keto coffee, it is like heaven in a glass. I mean, it is really, really good. And I take it a step further and I add heavy whipping cream and sugar-free chocolate syrup, and it is like the most decadent chocolate treat you have ever had. So I wasn't sure. And she said, trust me. You know, I remembered back to the last time I had heard those words. and when she was involved. Trust me. I went in, I trusted her. She asked me who I wanted to do the makeover, and I told her, I said, well, she's the only one I talked to, so I trust her. She was asking me to trust her again when it came to this coffee and chocolate greens. So I did. Guys, since then, I have learned I don't doubt her when she says trust me. So I tried that, and it jump-started my weight loss. It did... everything was right back on track. I started losing weight again. There was a new product that came out in January, Thermophyte X. This stuff right here. Basically 2 pills a day for 90 days. Lose 31 pounds. I can vouch for it because I bought 1 bottle at that point. Everything's just falling over up here. I bought 1 bottle, and I lost 9 pounds in the first month. I did make the mistake of only buying 1 bottle because they sold out rather quickly. They sold out again, and they sold out again. They sold out like 4 times, guys. So that tells you how popular and how good they were. They're definitely doing their job. It's great if you at the beginning of the spring, at the end of winter, when you want to get into swimsuit condition, swimsuit shape. Yeah, that's what you need. So I bought that, and then I started losing weight from that too. And at that point, I had become pretty much a product of the products. I was enjoying everything that I tried. I tried a few other items as well, and I mean, they did exactly what they were supposed to do. End of January, Heather contacted me. She had gone to a conference for the company in Florida. And she contacted me and asked me if I would she asked me how it was going, and I told her. And she asked me if I would consider being a distributor. Well, the questions I had was, what would I need to do? I already knew I would do it because, I mean, like I said, I was a product of the products. They worked wonders for me. They have all done exactly what they said they would do. And if I come across one that doesn't do what it's supposed to do, I'm not going to promote it. So I joined. She got me started. And it's been no looking back. Some people will join for the money. I didn't join this business to become a millionaire. I mean, that'd be nice. Some do. Some of them, I feel like if you go with that kind of expectations, you're going to be disappointed awful quickly. Because I feel it does take a little time. Yes, there are bonuses for being a fast starter. There are bonuses. I mean, yeah, because the quicker you can hit the ground running, then the better off you'll be. But at the same time, I have thoroughly enjoyed what I've been doing, talking to people about these products and helping them change their lives as well. I have my goals and I have my dreams. I have dreams. If any of you have ever worked the night shift, you know what that's like. And I have dreams of not working the night shift. I have dreams of an early retirement. I have dreams of spending more time with my grandkids. My son and daughter-in-law brought over my granddaughter for a few minutes yesterday during our rummage sale. And got that little angelic face every time I see her. She just gets cuter and cuter every day. And as she gets older, I don't want her to wonder where Grandpa is whenever she comes over. Oh, Grandpa's sleeping because he has to work at night or tonight, or Grandpa's gone to work. She comes over after school and Grandpa's gone to work. I don't want to die at my desk. Plain and simple. So I want to build something with this business like the others do. It's going to take some time, yes, but those are my goals. My leadership has promised not to give up on us and on me. I make that same promise to my team. As long as there's a breath in me, I'm here to help you. So I have two people on my team right now that I am looking for a third. But I want you to understand why I do this and why I ask every day, because I understand if you're scared, if you're nervous, if you think it's a scam. Guys, it's not a scam. A scam would not sell you products that work. It's not like that. There are lots of commission oriented businesses out there. I've attempted to sell. Okay, yeah. Here's a good example. When I first moved to Muncie 10 years ago, I was looking for a job, and I was recruited by a local insurance company, by a national insurance company based locally. And I decided I went to their seminar. I saw how much money I could make, and so I said, okay, yeah, let's give it a shot. Well, guess what? I had modules to study. I had all sorts of learning to do about the laws and things like that, business practices, and what the insurance products were, Medicare, Medicaid, and all the supplements and everything else. Then I had to take a state insurance exam. Passed it on the first try, which is very rare, very difficult to do, but I did it. And then after I passed that, I was allowed to actually start working. Never mind the fact that I had not yet completed all my modules. Never mind the fact that I could not earn income until I completed all of my modules. And yet I'm in the office every day, either making cold calls to clients or going out with another agent to meet with the clients. Again, not making any money, but investing my own in my clothing, in my testing, my state test, in my licensing fee, in my gas for my car. So I had all that going on. It's all an investment. You invest in yourself. And I wasn't making a thing. Last night, I watched the newest episode of Restaurant Impossible. Robert Irvine, I don't know if any of you have seen this or not. He did an episode in a restaurant in Columbia, Missouri, where I'm from. So, and it really caught my attention because, well, obviously the last time I had eaten at that restaurant, it was named Jack's. Since it obviously had been bought a few years ago by a family who is now a family-run business called McLanks. And I tell you what, after seeing what I've seen, I would go there to eat. And I think my next trip to Columbia, I will be making a stop in there. Even the afterwards they talk about since then, since the episode, the restaurant's been doing very well. But the point is, they invested hundreds of thousands of dollars of their own money, this family, trying to get this restaurant up and going, and they have yet to see any type of a profit in 2 years. The mom who owns the place doesn't take a paycheck. She has not received a paycheck the whole time she's been there. So that's what you go through. You got people who start this business. We're on commissions, okay? It's a commission-based business. The more you earn is based on how hard you want to work. It's very doable. And the startup costs are a lot less than it would be to start up that restaurant, let me tell you. Right now, I can get someone to start up to join my team for half price. One person can do this. But the normal price is $100 a month. Well, $99 you can join. That's unheard of in this world. And people want to say it's a scam. You're out there working 2 years in a restaurant, not getting paid, not making a dime. Is that a scam? No, that's not a scam. It's a small business. They're hardworking. Small businesses are hard workers. You have to put in the effort if you want to make the money. And again, I'm not looking to be a millionaire overnight. In a few years, that would be nice. But again, that's not my life goal right now with this. I want to be able to retire early. I would like to be able to leave my night job, and I would like to be able to spend some time with my family. And if I can travel, great. So, now I've kind of lost my train of thought. I know I've kind of rambled on and on. So that's kind of where I'm at, where I'm coming from. That's the person that I'm aiming to be. You're going to see a lot of posts from me about this business, about our products. Guys, since joining, we have come out with new products. Like I told you about the coffee and the chocolate greens. Today we have I'm drinking the salted caramel coffee. We have our BFF. I talk about this a lot because that little bag there, that's a chocolate mousse shake. I mix it again with almond milk. You can mix it with water. I mix it with almond milk, and it is absolutely delicious. It's like drinking chocolate whipped cream, like drinking a chocolate mousse. It is made with MCT and coconut oil, sunflower oil, avocado oil, collagen, extremely keto friendly. And so I drank one of those. I was feeling full afterwards, and for about an hour and a half later, I wanted absolutely nothing else. It stops those sugar cravings in their tracks. It stops that urge to snack. And that's a big problem for me, because when I'm sitting on the computer or sitting here doing whatever, I want a snack. I used to keep a tub of cheese balls. Learn of those crunchy Cheetos, cheese puff, cheese balls, whatever. I had those sitting right next to me, and I could go through 2 or 3 of those a week, if I really tried. Go through 2 if I'm not trying, but yeah, I mean, I can eat them up. This has been instrumental in helping my diet progress and helping my weight loss progress and staying on track in my diet. We've got the keto energy I've talked about. Our hair, skin, and nails. I mean, that's another thing. So I would like to grow my hair out a little bit, and we're using our hair, skin, and nails product for that. I've been on it almost 2 months now, and the person where I go to cut my hair, she can tell me how, she has noticed 3 weeks after I started taking it, how much thicker my hair has gotten. What I really want is to thicken up here. So far, it's getting there. It's done the sides and it's done the back. But it's been, I'm really looking forward to seeing where it is. I'll do another before and after pic, another after pic, I guess, later this week, on the 30th, 31st, somewhere in there. That'll be the 2 month mark. And I don't know that I'll stop after 3. I would kind of like to let it grow out. I've got a problem. Right now it's laying flat, but sometimes it tends to really poof out over the ears, and I end up kind of looking like Pennywise the Clown. So we're not doing. Oh, speaking of going back to speaking of Pennywise, that was also my fear that it would come to with doing makeovers and makeup and stuff, and it was nothing like that. So that's awesome. I will make you all this offer because last week I was talking to a couple of friends of mine that I've known for years and years and years about possibly doing a carpool karaoke segment on here. And I tried to do one in my car. It didn't work out. My phone does not like to play music and record video at the same time. It would shut off. It's like telling me pick one or the other. So I did. And I ended up having to play music on my iPad here in the office. It's just not the same thing. You gotta sing along in your car with the radio. But I ended up picking up a song here and doing it in the house, and that kind of went okay. So the song, by the way, was "Be My Baby Tonight" by John Michael Montgomery. However, Facebook, in their wonderful ways, decided to cut the audio, well, at least a portion of it, from the video because it's copyrighted. I'm not getting paid for this video. I'm not making money off. If someone's paying me for my singing, they're getting ripped off, quite frankly. But I will make you this promise. The next person who actually places an order through me gets to choose the next song I sing, whether I know it or not. That said, well, okay, whether I know it or not, but you need to keep it clean. Okay, this is a family show. let's just keep that in mind. But that said, I may butcher it. Just be prepared for that. If it's a favorite of yours and it's sacred, yeah, you probably just keep it that way. So that's pretty much my life right now. I was all about karaoke in the past. Now I'm all about keto, and it works. And my transitioning. So let's wrap it up with that, guys. Thank you all for hopping in. Those of you who did come in, Adeline, Aunt Carol, Sherry, Charlene, thank you all for hopping on. If any one of you is watching the replay, please comment replay, and also I'll know that you were here. So other than that, I hope you've had a wonderful weekend so far. It's Sunday. Get some rest. Hope you get whatever. If you're trying to complete something around the house, don't work too hard. Take it easy. Remember what's truly important, and that is your health and your family. Remember, you cannot pour from an empty cup. So you got to recharge your own batteries when the time is right. And today, the time may be right. So you all have a wonderful afternoon. I love you all. Thank you for watching. Bye.